You're welcome to Elections 101 in 5, a 5-minute program that simplifies Nigeria's electoral process and enlightens you on the provisions of the 2022 Electoral Act. On this show, we focus on how and not who to vote. This show is brought to you by Yaga Africa and supported by the UAE. My name is Samson Itogo, and let's get started. Tonight, we ask the question, how is a winner determined in a presidential election? We went to the streets, and here's what people say.
I think how they determine a winner after election is the highest vote.
People who have the credibility of the past things that they have done on ground, that they have set things on ground, those are the people that are qualified to rule the nation.
I don't think I can tell. Seriously, I have nothing to say about it.
Ever since I've been seeing election, there is no truth. Even this one, it's only God that will determine for us.
Well, you can see those varied responses. But this is the essence of the show. We provide you answers to this question and try to create the gray areas in the electoral process. And so let's begin by responding and providing answers to this question of how a winner is determined in a presidential election. First, there are two types of elections holding in February and March 2023. The first category is called legislative elections. That is elections to the National Assembly and State Houses of Assembly. The second is executive elections. So elections to the office of the president as well as the governorship election. And in 2023, you will have, or in March, you will have 28 governorship elections. The legal requirement for declaring a winner in these two types of elections are different. INEC cannot announce a winner if these legal requirements are not fulfilled. Now, for legislative elections, winners emerge through simple majority. Any candidate with the highest number of votes is declared a winner. And so for this election, this type of election, one vote can make a difference. So the highest person with the highest number of votes is declared a winner. But for executive election, like presidential election, the Constitution sets two major criteria for determining a winner of the presidential election. Now, let's look at the criteria. There are two of them, and that's what the Constitution says. And the first one is that a presidential candidate must secure the highest number of votes cast in an election. The first criteria, highest number of votes. The second, he or she must secure not less than 25% of vote cast in at least 2/3 of all the states of the Federation and the FCT. Now, let's break it down further, because that's what Elections 101 is about. None of the current presidential candidates running in the 2023 elections will be declared a winner if he or she does not secure majority of the votes cast on February 25th, 2023, and 25% of votes in 24 out of 36 states of the Federation. Note, there are two criteria. You must secure majority of the votes and then 25%, at least 25% of votes cast in 2/3 majority of the states, and in this case, 24 states out of the 36 states. So, if a candidate does not secure this threshold, what happens? INEC is required by the provisions of the Constitution to conduct a second election, and that second election is known as a runoff. And that runoff election must be conducted 21 days from the date of the first election. A runoff is a voting system used to elect a single winner. Of course, the ultimate goal in an election is for a winner to emerge. For the presidential election, for instance, not all the 18 registered political parties sponsoring candidates will participate in a runoff election. Only 2 candidates will be on the ballot. So in the case of the second round, who will make it to the ballot? The Constitution is also clear that the first will be the presidential candidate who secured the highest number of lawful votes. The second is the one amongst the remaining candidates who has the highest or majority of votes in the highest number of states. So where there is more than one candidate with majority of the votes in the highest number of states, the one with the highest total number of votes will be the second candidate for the election. Victory in a runoff election is by simple majority, unlike the criteria for the first election, which has two criteria: majority of votes and 25% of votes in 24 states out of 36 states of the Federation. Now you know how a winner is determined in a presidential election. Get ready to vote on February 25th and March 11, 2023, because my life and your life depends on it. Thank you for watching. I'm Samson Itodo. See you tomorrow same time as we simplify another crucial aspect of Nigeria's electoral process. Bye for now.